In today's Matt's Weather 101, we're going to discuss a term that you've probably heard many times in the winter, and that is the polar vortex. But we're going to break it down in the most kind of logical, simple sense because sometimes it can sound a little scarier than it actually is. So the polar vortex actually exists all year, as we're going to talk about. But of course, it originates from the North Pole, coldest air in the Arctic. And sometimes that air can oscillate a little bit and sag farther south. Well, when that cold air becomes displaced, it begins to move through Canada and then into the lower 48, sometimes out to the west, like in the Pacific Northwest, and oftentimes, more likely, into the East Coast and portions of the Midwest, like northern Indiana and northwest Ohio. So again, to recap, the polar vortex, it exists all year long. It continues to, again, kind of oscillate, spin around the North Pole, the Arctic. But as it expands during the winter, the cold air can become displaced and then bring Arctic air our way. It can be pretty much predicted a few weeks in advance, but that's pretty much it. So there's not a ton of warning, but there's at least a little bit before the polar vortex actually makes its way into our region. That's today's Matt's Weather 101.